Hello, and I am wide awake. I've been like this the last couple of days, where I've just not been able to sleep. So, been divinely guided to pull an angel card, see what the angels want to say to us. The card came out. Be the real you. And yeah, you know, I did a post. Well, I've done a few videos in the last few days, divinely guided, to speak about my journey, my spiritual journey, my twin flame journey. I'm being the real me. In every video that I post, everything is real. There's not one part of this journey I'm leaving out. Why? Because I know that there's people out there that need to hear this. And, you know, I was in the same situation as you at one point. If you're a twin flame, you know. Or even going through a spiritual awakening. It's hard journey, you know. And there's light and there's dark, just like in every part of our lives. We have the two, you know. We can't have the light without the dark. You can't have the dark without the light. And that's what I speak about. And, you know, I know that's going to get to, I'm going to trigger some people, because that's also part of my path as well. I'm meant to trigger you. You know, but yeah, that's me, being the real, authentic me. And yeah, you know, obviously I don't like the comments that are not very nice, and they don't know me and they judge me. You know, I would never ever dream about saying that to somebody else. Their opinion is their opinion, their experiences that they go through on their spiritual path or their real life journey. That's their experience. I would never ever judge anybody for, you know, experiencing what they experience. Because yeah, we do experience good in life, but we also experience the bad. That's the ebbs and flows of life. So why would I, you know, judge somebody and kick somebody while they're down? Well, I wouldn't. That's just not me. I'm all about the angels. I'm all about you know, the light. And yeah, I also hold the two in me, you know. We all do. We have shadow and we have light inside us. I'm not all light, you know. Nobody is. That's being human. But as a soul, my true authentic self is about the angels. And yeah, I just don't hold them qualities inside of me where I judge people, because I've been there, and it's not a very nice place to be in, you know. But I also understand that I trigger people, and that's fine too. That's part of my path. But they shouldn't judge, because they don't know me. So freedom, authenticity, uniqueness and courage. Yeah, it takes a lot of courage for me to speak about this path. You know, and yeah, it does come out as storytelling, and, you know, I might laugh in some points and things like that, but I've experienced this path. I've experienced it all for many, many years. I've experienced the good, the bad, you know, the dark, the light, the magic, yeah, every corner of this journey I've experienced. Yeah, and I've triggered many people, because I'm meant to. You know, if you're triggering people, then I'm triggering them for a reason. But yeah, I'm having the courage to be the real authentic me, my soul me, the one that I've worked so hard to yeah, you know, this lady here, she's shedding that suit, you know. She's merging out of this suit. You know, this suit's forever dark. It's the blue. So I'd say this is the shadow. You know, this is the light part of myself. So we have the two in us, you know. No one's perfect. But, yeah, just think. If Spirit wants us to think a little bit more before you judge somebody. Just think and just, you know, why would I talk about this journey if I know I'm going to get judged? Because I know I'm going to get judged, because it's part of this path. Why would I put myself on the line when I've been through so much already? Wouldn't, would I? You know, but yeah, all this shedding of the old me for the new me to merge gives me that courage to walk my path, you know, with true authenticity and be real in a world that really doesn't want us to be real, you know, and speak about the dark and the light, and yeah, and the things that, you know, some people can't see or feel. I just happen to be one of those people that can. Very open to spirit, very open to seeing, you know, beyond this realm. Especially now I've spiritually awakened, but I was always very sensitive as a child. So I was probably on this path a lot longer than I know of, you know. So yeah, you know, before you judge the videos that I post out, try to understand what a incredibly painful, tough path this is, and not only the path that I've been on spiritually, but the path before, you know, my normal life. I've had many things come at me, you know, from childhood that I've had to break through and heal and be courageous enough to keep on going. You know, we all experience times like that in life. So Spirit's just saying, be a little kinder. Think before you post comments, you know, on videos that and judge people that you don't know. You know, yeah, people might say, well, you're exposing yourself, you know, to that. Yeah, I know that. That's the courage that I've got inside of me now. But this is the message that's coming through, you know. Just try a bit of empathy, you know. I'm not doing this for gaining anything. I don't offer readings. I don't do anything like that. My job is a Reiki practitioner, angelic Reiki practitioner, also light language now, to add to my, you know, my healing skill set. And yeah, this is just another part of my you know, my path that Spirit's divinely guiding me on, and the know that we come across. People that are going to judge us, they know all of that. But yeah, Spirit's just saying, you know, be the real you. And I am. Like, all of me is what you know, what you see on my videos is the true, authentic Ellie, and what I've experienced and gone through on, you know, this path. Also going through, you know, grieving my mum. So it's the biggest loss of my life. So, you know, yeah, Spirit's just saying, be a bit more empathic, you know, be a bit more kinder, and yeah, don't kick somebody while we're down, you know, especially those people that are trying to help others. That's one thing I've never quite understood on this journey, or this life of mine, not just the journey, but the life of mine, is that I've always done the right thing, or tried to do the right thing, and to help others, and to you know, be kind and show empathy is part of my makeup anyhow. But yeah, and it's just always seemed to backfire. I don't understand why now, because I trigger people. I'm meant to probably show up something in that person that they don't like about themselves, is what Spirit's saying. That's fine, you know, that's part of my path. I'm a big girl, you know, I've shedded this old me, you know, the old me would have been so upset about it and crumbling and all of that, and just being like, oh, I'm never doing this again, I'm not posting my videos again. And no, because I do see the impacts that I'm making for others that, you know, really can see the authenticity in me and the genuineness that comes from my videos. Yeah, you know, it's worth it. You know, I'll take those hits because it's worth it for the ones that I am reaching. I've mentioned this before. Yeah, it's part of the path. You get dark, you get light. And, you know, you get things that you can't see and what you can see. It's part of our path. Any more angel cards, please? Angels? Let's have a look. Any more? And also part of this path is staying awake at silly clock hours, you know. I've got Stranger Things on the television as well. Which, yeah, you know. That'll probably be another story time. Spirit will want to come through. So, Sandalphon came out, and yeah, you know, like Sandalphon is very, very, very tall angel. So he reaches up into the heavens, and he also is grounded. You know, he's on the physical realm. And yeah, Spirit says we're both, you know, not just one, we are both. We're human and we are soul, and you know, we're connected to the earth and the heavens. And you know, Sandalphon, he sends your prayers to heaven also, you know, so you can speak to him, and he'll send your prayers straight to God, you know. But yeah, it's forgiveness, seeking, freedom and healing. Yeah, it's all about that. I've got no space on my table because the downloads was just coming through, so I'll just read a bit out of the book. So let's find Sandalphon, number 9. Yeah, the meaning of Sandalphon's name is fuzzier than most of the archangels. Some say it means brother, together, in reference to his relationship to Archangel Metatron, who has a similar backstory. Many think of Sandalphon as the archangel of music. Yeah, you know, on my journey, I've spoke about the music telepathy. Another one of the strange things that, you know, comes to you on this path of awakening. My path, I can't speak for anybody of us, and I would never speak for anybody of us' path, because we're all individual. We all have our own paths to, you know, go on. So all I know is what I've experienced and what's true to me, you know, my real authentic story. So yeah, Sandalphon, you know, music. Yeah, very, very much telepathy, you know, in music. Also, from my angels, you know, my Lemurian elders, music, telepathy, very, very much part of my path. Messages in music, you know, it's spiritual. It can lift us up, can't it? You know, music can go straight to the heart. So however we prefer to focus on what we consider to be his high purpose as the conveyor of prayers. Yeah, so like I was saying, is known to carry our prayers to heaven and to deliver answers back to us. So, you know, you can call on Sandalphon if, you know, you're in a bit of you need guidance, you know. You can call on any angels for guidance. The beautiful beings, you know, they'll guide us every step of the way. They just don't like to intervene. You just call them in. So yeah, just, you know, if you're feeling stuck and you need answers and you need your prayers to reach God, then yeah, call on Sandalphon. He'll take them straight there, you know, and you'll get your answers. Maybe not straight away, but sooner or later that answer will, you know, come in for you. that all the angel cards? Yeah. So, yeah, just for, well, I didn't think I'd just pop on because it's very, very late, but I can't sleep. Like last night, I was awake till 4 o'clock. Well, I got woke up. I did go to sleep, but I got woke up between 3 and 4 o'clock. So, yeah, but I knew there was an angel message coming through earlier, but I was just trying to relax a bit. You know, I've done a few videos today. Just having a drink. To talk about the light and the dark of my journey. And when I talk about the light and the dark of my journey, it's not to scare anybody. It's not to, I don't know what the comment was about, to be honest, because there was nothing in my videos to speak of, you know, like, yeah, I spoke of like demonic energies and things like that, but that's because I've experienced that side of things, you know, like, I have experienced the darker energies of my path. I'm not speaking about anybody else's path. It's my path. It's what I've experienced from childhood. I have experienced, you know, things that can't be seen. But yeah, you know, I've seen certain things also, you know, things moved and there's nobody there. Things like that, you know. I don't think I'm the only one, and it's not far-fetched saying that, you know, we've seen ghostly things in our earthly life. No, I don't think so. You know, you hear about it all the time. So I don't know what it was about, to be fair. I think I triggered that certain person. But yeah, don't comment if you're going to comment things like that, because I just don't want to hear it anyway, of course, because nobody has the right to judge my path. It's my path, my experiences. I'll just delete it, which I've said many, many times. So I don't even read, you know, read it. Get to a point and I think, oh gosh, here we go. You know, I've triggered another person. That's what it brings up in me. But that's fine. You know, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I'm not going to resonate with everybody. But I know myself. I know who I am. I know what I've come through. I know I'm a very, very good person, very loving person. Try to do the right thing. Care for others. Empathic. Work with the angels. You know, you're not going to work with the angels if you're a, you know, not a so nice person, are you? They're not going to, I mean, they're not going to come through to you. It's just, yeah, you know, so speaks volumes, doesn't it? But yeah, I'm not saying I'm all light and everything. No, I've got both in me. Of course I've got both in me. We all have. But anyhow, that's enough of me on my soapbox. But the angels just wanted to come on. And yeah, that message to me, also, they're giving me, I can tell, they're sending that message to me because, yeah, they know that I don't deserve that. I'm doing what they're asking of me, you know. So, yeah. And I'll pull a Mary Magdalene card. And the card that came out, I just split the deck, is our truth is that which dwells in our hearts, not our heads. Yeah. I saw a psychic, a palm reader on my recent trip to Hollywood, which I also spoke about what I was feeling there, and I'm going to, because I honestly, I didn't, in a certain place, I felt some quite low, not so nice energy. That's me. I feel energy. So I can't speak for anybody else, but I do feel energy. And me speaking about it is being authentic, you know, having the courage to speak about what I feel and what you know, what I felt there. But it was also a beautiful place as well. So I had the two. I had a bit of the both, you know. Yeah, that's life. I'm used to it. I'm a big girl now, you know. 47, and I think I'm used to the ebbs and flows of life. used to the knocks as well, you know, and the ups and the downs, all of that. I mean, if I'm not used to it at this stage, I don't think I'll, you know, I'll get used to it. I'm going to turn that light off again because we don't need them. But yeah, our truth is that which dwells in our hearts. Yeah. Everything I speak about on my video comes from the heart. And that's what the palm reader said to me. You don't do anything if it's not from the heart. It's got to be from the heart. And that's why I know. That's why I came across these cards. That's why I'm on the Rose lineage path, Mary Magdalene. That's why she channels through me, as well as other higher divine masters, you know. Because this is part of my path, to speak about the heart, you know, and our journey back to the sacred heart. So, yeah, am I going to say it's all about, like, the heart and the light and everything? No. To get to the heart and to find your sacred heart, you do have to go through the thorns. So, yeah, you have to have the balance of the both, you know, they coexist with each other. You don't cut the thorns off, you just heal them. That's all I was speaking about, you know. But, yeah, obviously triggered somebody out there, which is fine. I've heard many that are on my path speak about triggering people. It's part of our path. But yeah, our truth is in our hearts, and once you know that, once you know who you truly are, the authentic you, once this suit is, you know, this body armour has been what's the word, shedded, you know, you of the snake, that was me, shedding all of this. Took a lot of years and hard work, but the 2025 shedding of the snake, wow, that was major shedding, you know. That was preparing me for stepping into my true authentic self, you know, speaking my experiences, my truth from my heart, you know. Yeah, being the real me, not being scared to, in a world that's quite judgmental. But yeah, so that's the Mary Magdalene message. Any more? Yeah, twin flames. I'm gonna go there because yeah, that's my true authentic path. And they're the 3 decks that I just went upstairs to get just before coming online. Those are 3 decks that have been coming through all day. While I've been channeling also, I knew I would be doing an angel reading. I knew I'd be doing a twin flame. So I shall go to bed after this. But yeah, these messages want to come out. So let's have a look. All back to front. Oh no, let me just set the cards up. That's it. I think that's it. That was easy. So yeah, I mean, also I posted a video on karma, and you know what you give out, you get back. So when I get not so nice comments posted, which I've not really had any of that, to be honest, everybody's been so lovely and warm and welcoming, and that shows me, you know, my true authentic nature is reaching out to the right people. But yeah, I've had the odd few that I've triggered something inside them. But yeah, you know, it's part path. Found another one upside down. Was that one? This one? I don't know. I think they're going to come out. So why are they all upside down? See, I won't do reversals because yeah, I don't want to. Some people do, some readers do. I've never really done reversals. Try and keep it positive, you know, and whatever cards are going to come out, they're going to come out. It's out of my hand, but don't need to reverse them for, you know, the negative. Try and keep it positive as much as I can. But what cards will come? Will come. So, but yeah, twin flames been coming out. Messages. Whoop. I took that one. Yeah. Let's have a look. Oh, got another one there. So two sides. Navigate the delicate balance of give and take. Yeah, what have I just been saying? Two sides. There's two sides to everything. There's dark and light. There's yin and yang. There's moon and sun. You know, there's... Yeah, that's just life. That's just life in general, you know. We have two sides to everything. They say two sides to the same coin, don't they? That's twin flames. We are two sides of the same coin. We are one split into two bodies. Why? Because of this earthly mission that we came here to do. And wow, do we get stick for being who we are? And and I'm going to be totally honest. Sometimes I think, wow, really? I chose this path? Did I? Really? Yeah, times like this, you know. But I know who I am. I don't need anyone to tell me who I am or what I'm speaking about. I know where I've been. I know this journey. I know who I am. Everybody who knows me personally knows me. My family, my friends, you know, my loved ones. They know I'm a very, very good, authentic, real, genuine, loving, caring person. They know all of that about me. They also know I can be very stubborn and very determined and, yeah, you know, I've got my good and my bad in me, just like everybody. The dark and the light, we all have that. That's the human to us. So yeah, navigate the delicate balance of give and take. Time, effort, stories. Yeah, you know, it does take time, this journey, to heal. Gosh, it takes a lot of time, and everybody's time is on their own timeline, you know. We've all got our own divine timing in this union. And yeah, it's not romantic. It can be for some, but not for my journey. Mine's a long life friendship. We just happen to have a soul connection also. Very deep, strange, hard soul connection. Yeah, but also lovely, magical, beautiful, and rare, one of a kind, you know. So I feel very grateful now that I'm experiencing this, even though, you know, sometimes get some not nice comments for being true and authentic. But yeah, that doesn't really faze me, to be fair, because I know who I am. So yeah, and then after, you know, you do time and effort and you navigate this, you do come to calmer waters. You know, getting rid of upheaval and leaving the drama behind, quiet times flowing. Yeah, there comes a point on this journey where you've come through all the drama and the separations and the figuring it all out. You're at a point of, you know, you're still, you know, the emotions are flowing, balanced, you know, water, it's about emotions, the balance now, you know, you've done that healing. This path, honestly, and I know other twin flames can relate to me, not others are going to, but please don't comment if you don't relate, because it's really quite pointless, because you can't understand what this path does to a person, puts you through, you know. And nobody, no one deserves to experience, you know, judgment and things like that. Nobody has that right to judge others. They don't, even if you are on social media. Yeah, people might say, well, you're putting yourself out there to be exposed and all of that. Well, that's fine, yeah, but you know, you have to take the high road, you know, and just don't comment. If you don't like something, then you don't have to put somebody down about it. You could just be like, yeah, well, that's their opinion, you know. No judgment's what I'm saying. So spirit. And then the last card is have faith and wait until you find the right one. Hold on, self-love, soon, right timing. Yeah. You do have to have faith in this path, you know, in this connection. You have to have faith in all that you are experiencing. You have to have faith in spirit, God, you know, you do. Which was really hard for me at first, you know, because through life in general, I'd lost faith. I'm going to be honest, I did lose faith for quite a while, good few years, many years. Let's be honest, I did. Why? Because my life prior to my spiritual awakening was also many ups and downs, trials and tribulations, you know, from childhood. Again, we have the dark and the light. My childhood was very beautiful and loving and caring parents, but it also had some dark parts to it, as everything, the dark and the light, you know, those two sides, yeah, coexist with each other. About the dark, you know, how would you be grateful for the light, you know, and heal, and, you know, you take this journey, you know. I just happened to actually really go into my dark with the dark night of the soul, and yeah, I just happened to be one of those souls that had to take this journey. But yeah, right timing. So the hourglass. So the last reading I did with the Yellow Brick Road, you know, Dorothy in the hourglass, you know, where she's imprisoned and time's running out, you know, she thinks that time's running out. And you do sometimes on this path, you do think, oh, is my twin flame ever going to return? And how much healing do I have to do? And yeah, but the minute I surrendered, yeah, you know, I want on timing. There's no such thing as the timing on this path. It's divine timing. So it's out of your hands anyway, but you don't think that at this stage, you know. But yeah, I surrendered it all. I had to. I was at that point in my journey. Yeah, I couldn't keep looking at this hourglass and when's this going to happen? I've done this healing today, you know, all of that. I couldn't keep doing that. Just surrendered it. Yeah, basically give it all up to God, and what will be, will be. Yeah, I think that's it. So there was the 3 decks that have been coming through to me all day. So yeah, I knew Spirit had some more messages to come through. Peculiar time, Spirit, but yeah, no time limit. So that's it. So I'm going to get a nice warm milk now, and I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to try and get to sleep, and I'm pretty sure in the morning there will be more downloads coming through. Yeah, the Dorothy journey is all finished now. Oh no, it isn't. We've got to get Dorothy home, haven't we? She's got the broomstick. She's took it back to the wizard. So yeah, it's going to be short reading on that, and yeah, we've got to get Dorothy home, and you know, the friends want what they've been on the Yellow Brick Road for, you know, the heart, the courage, the things, and Dorothy just wants to go home. And yeah, you know, this path, that's, if I was to sum it up in a few words, it would be, you know, finding, well, it'd be that you find your way back home, you know, not the home that you left, and you totally change forever, you know, once you leave this home, and you start spiritually awakening, you take this journey of self-healing and, you know, long discovery and transformation. You do find your way back home, but you also found that, you know, that real authentic you at the end of it. Somewhere over the rainbow also has been coming through for me, you know. And yeah, once you know, you go on this journey, and you do. It's like you're forever changed, and you do return home, but you're not the same person. You're stronger, more courageous, more authentic, more divine. You know, you've got that divine light in yourself that you've found. You've also, you know, got your angels forever by your side, because once you let your angels in, you become more aware. You know, you can let them in all the time. You know, you just have to speak to them, and they'll come to you, and they'll guide you every step of the way. And there was guiding me, but I wasn't awake enough to understand that. And then the more healing I did, and the more I went down on this yellow brick road and this journey, then all that knowing came back, you know. And yeah, now I couldn't honestly be without them. Yeah, they guide me every step of the way. Yeah, I couldn't be without them. And yeah, and you find your way back home. You find your way back to your heart. You know, your sacred heart. And once you've found that, like I say, I speak about unconditional love being the most powerful thing in this universe, and it is. And that is the frequency that we hold, you know. It's unconditional love, and it's powerful. And it's that powerful, it can trigger people, and, you know, yeah, you shine a light on people's, yeah, you shine that light, you know, for others. And sometimes shining that light for others can expose things that they're maybe not ready to heal, you know, inside themselves. So that can trigger them. But yeah, I'm used to it all now. So I shall say good night, and yeah, it's not the original setup. It's not in my, you know, my room, but yeah, these messages come in when they come in. That's been the channel, a true authentic channel. It's not all set up, and, you know, I mean, I've got my plant in the background. My living room is tidy, you know. That's a true authentic me. I'm not gonna hide any part of me anymore, because yeah, 2026, I've got nothing to lose, you know. I've lost the biggest thing that I could ever lose in my life in 2025, and that was my mum. You know, my dad passed away many years ago, so I've grieved my father's passing. That was the same level as losing my mum. You know, it's a connection, a loss that I don't think you ever get over. Not your parents, the part of you. So yeah, you know, these comments and things like that, and just, it's just unnecessary. I'm doing what I'm here to do, what Spirit wants me to do, my angels want me to do, to help others. And yeah, for me, it's just, yeah, it's very unnecessary, but I also understand it too. And yeah, you know, but I just delete, and that's it. Go on with my day. It's not a big thing. But yeah, I've been through the worst. It don't faze me. Like I say, my mum 2 months ago just passed, and the lead up to losing a loved one, it's hard. You know, it's been hard 2025. Been hard 7 years, but 2025, yeah, biggest loss has happened, you know. So what comes after this, yeah, don't faze me. And yeah, I've been through this journey, you know, so I was very, very strong anyway. But yeah, my mum, she was my rock, my cheerleader. So the dark night, I think, was building me up so strong that, you know, I can stand anything on my own. I've had to. And losing, you know, my mum, yeah, I have to, you know. Can't go crying to my mum and get me off this path and all that lot. I can't do that anymore. Bless her. But yeah, I'm also a channel, so, you know, mum comes through to me that way. You know, she has a few times. And I also give my sisters comfort for that as well. You know, so yeah. But I won't just say mum's come through and for no reason. No, I'm authentic, I'm real. Mum comes through, she comes through. She doesn't, then yeah, that's it. You know, I'm not gonna say I'm channeling things when I'm not. No, there's no point to that. So I'm going to leave it there. And yeah, just about obviously being the real you. Don't be scared to be the real you, and that's your freedom. You know, your authenticity, uniqueness, courage. Yeah, that spirit's it's really, really you know, this card also has a butterfly on it. Butterfly's transformation. We're all under big transformations, aren't we? You know, new golden age, spiritual awakening. We're all feeling it. I know we are. But yeah, we're all still shedding things that we don't want to with us. And look how beautiful this lady is, and how light her dress is. You know, she's coming out of that suit, and she just looks more free, doesn't she? More unique. And yeah, she's being herself. And that's what happens when you start shedding things you don't really want anymore, you know, don't resonate with you. Yeah, you start glowing, you start becoming that light. Right, I shall leave it there now. So, good night, everybody. I'm off to bed. And I'll speak to you tomorrow.